Genesis 2:22. I don't, listen, we've called ourselves theistic barbarians around here. I'm coming from a deistic worldview, not a theistic worldview. I'm not a deist. I don't believe that God just wound up the clock of human history and just turned us loose to just destroy ourselves. I don't believe that. I believe that he is actively and continually in control of us. But as long as people have evil in their heart, and that will be forever, they're going to come up with weird, divisive ways, sinful ways to try to destroy themselves. We're seeing that happen in this transgender movement, and it is godless. And to the degree that we do not call it out, we will continue to suffer from its effects. And it's going to come. I'm telling you, every one of your kids, every one of your grandkids are going to be faced with this. You say, well, this is a scare tactic. You should be scared. You should absolutely be in fear of our culture, in our society, and just life in America as you know it, because they're turning people into Frankensteins. At this point, they're attaching parts, they're tearing parts off. It's ridiculous. And then you got these companies out there they're run by the cabal. We saw the Bud Light debacle. It's weird to me that they had to put a rainbow flag on a Ford Raptor, and which has the Predator engine in it. Of course, you're going to put a rainbow on the Predator. Yeah. And then they took it mudding, which ought to tell you everything right there. But Target, Superstore, the Target, I mean, they've gone full blown gay. I mean, they're everything. They got the whole pride section. Now they got the transgender stuff with the little, like the bathing suits and stuff like that with the little tuck pads for the penis. They're selling that in the women's department now at Target. And Target's facing a lot of backlash, as they should. I'm at a point now where I keep saying, I'm not telling you to boycott anybody. I'm not telling you to cancel anybody. And they haven't been canceled. You can still go shop at the damn Target. You can still shop online at Target. You can do all of these things. You can get their crap. But they're facing a bunch of backlash at this point. And I'm telling you, as a consumer, you better think twice about where your money's going. Because every bit of it is funding an agenda that is 100% against you. Target facing backlash. This is from Daily Wire. They've got their Pride collection. Well, apparently it's been created by a guy who identifies as Satan. That's his pronoun. He's Satan. So a lot of his products have the satanic imagery. Scarlett Johnson, an activist from Wisconsin, went viral on Twitter this weekend with a thread explaining why she is done with the retailer. In particular, Johnson took issue with the Target listing 3 items on its online store from Abralin, a London-based designer of products that sometimes mix imagery and messages about gender with the macabre. You can check out their stuff if you want to. I'm just telling you, it's bad. A lot of people are going into Target, filming the crap that's in there right now. It's absolutely insane. If you're missing that, you need to be following me on Instagram and on Twitter at WatchChad, because we're putting some content out there to show you what's going on. You need to be aware of these things, guys. The product page for the Satan Respects Pronouns shirt talks about how LGBT plus people are so often referred to as being a product of Satan or going against God's will, while making the case that the Church of Satan and the Satanic Temple are more accepting of the gay community. Satanists, this is a quote, don't actually believe in Satan. He is merely used as a symbol of passion, pride, and liberty. He means to you what you need him to mean. So for me, Satan is hope, compassion, equality, and love, the page says. So naturally, Satan respects pronouns. He loves all LGBT plus people. Here's the thing. I'm gonna come down on this place right here. You're not gonna like me for what I'm about to say, but here's the thing. There is one flag that I have allegiance to, and that is the American flag. That is the American flag. At this stage in the game, it's the American flag, and I mean it in its historical context, not in terms of the crap that is being peddled out of Washington, D.C. It's the American flag. To some degree, I have allegiance to the Texas state flag, okay? As long as we still remain in the Union, that will be my priorities. That's it. Soon you want to call yourself lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, whatever you can call yourself. You want to do that. You want to keep it to yourself. Do that. You're trying to influence kids. You're trying to influence culture, influence society with a godless philosophy, and I'm going to speak out against it. I'm unapologetic about that. I don't care if that offends you or upsets you. That's where I stand. That's my mark. I'm putting that banner right there. Now, You want to be those things, be those things. You're an adult, you're in your private life, you do those things, you exercise those things. When you start grouping it together and you become, you got to raise a flag over it, then we have a problem. You start having the pride flag and the trans flag and all these flags. No. I'm over this shit. I'm going to start calling it out for what it is. You guys are an enemy of the state. And I'm not saying you as an individual. I'm saying collectively, when you start putting the flag up, if somebody puts a Confederate flag up, what do you call them? What do you call them? They're immediately some white supremacist. Some guy from the South raises a Confederate flag. He's a white supremacist. He's a racist. He's probably a member of the Klan because you identified it according to the flag. Now, that was your rule. So if you're putting a Ukraine flag up, putting that sticker on your car, you're an asshole, okay? Just simply, you're an asshole. And if you're putting up a pride flag, same deal. You're an enemy of the state at this point. I really don't care how you feel about it. You guys have tried to weaponize yourselves and your philosophy against what is true American freedom and liberty, and you're making people victims to your oppression.